Look, it's time to turn Drew McIntyre heel. Drew McIntyre is a babyface at this point. It just isn't working. I'm not saying he's not a decent babyface, but he plays a better heel. He's a way better heel than he is a babyface. Drew McIntyre as a heel feels like more of a main eventer, more than anything. And I know he has some contractual issues right now. You know, I'm hearing that his contract is up by next year or the end of this year. So they may just be having him go through the motions before he packs it up. So if he's really leaving by the end of the year, don't expect him to receive much of anything. A push, a title run, don't expect it. But the most that we can get out of Drew McIntyre right now is a heel turn. He lost to Gunther. He lost an Intercontinental Championship match. So the story can be that Drew McIntyre has fall from grace. He's lost a lot of momentum. He's lost a lot of steam. He has not been the same since Clash at the Castle, when he lost to Roman, and when people thought he should have won that night and he didn't. Instead, he had to do a little sing-along with Tyson Fury to send the crowd home happy, even though they weren't happy. And I thought it was a slap in the face to Drew McIntyre's character and to his ambition to want to be a world champion. How are you going to do a sing-along? How are you going to sing a stupid song after you just lost in front of your home country? One of the most important matches of your career, you're going to sing a song after you lost? Like, that's not good character development. That makes his character look a little goofy. It makes his character look stupid, because he should be pissed that he lost the most important match of his career. And going into that pay-per-view, we were all banking on Drew McIntyre winning, walking out as the undisputed Universal Champion. I was actually pissed when he didn't win, because I thought it was his time. We looked at that whole video package they did with Drew McIntyre, and we saw, man, it was his time, man. That was supposed to be his moment. And he didn't get his moment, man. So now the best thing they can do is tell a story. Going through hard times, lost momentum, haven't been the same, fell from grace. Where do I go from here? How do I bounce back? I think Seth's next challenger should be Drew McIntyre, a heel Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins looks to be done with Judgment Day. He beat Finn Balor twice. He's already beaten Damian Priest. He beat Dom. He's done with Judgment Day. I think it's time that we move on to a feud with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. That right there is a world title match. That is a world title match right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is a world title match. Drew McIntyre versus Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at Payback. I said in my community tab that Cody might be next in line. Depends what they might do with him. But do we want to give Cody a World Heavyweight Championship? Who knows? I don't know. I think we can actually do better with a heel Drew versus Seth Rollins, because you're just going to have a baby face versus baby face. And it's like you don't want to cause the risk of Cody losing his momentum because Seth is more over than him. When it comes down to Seth and Cody, the crowd might go back and forth to see who they really F with. And they really F with Seth Rollins, but the crowd also really likes Cody Rhodes. So, that's kind of hard to predict. And you don't want to have Seth lose to Cody again. I mean, he lost to Cody 3 times in a row, 3 straight pay-per-views. And then you don't want to have Cody lose to Seth Rollins after he just beat Brock Lesnar decisively clean. So the best bet is to, run this feud up with Drew and Seth, have Drew attack Seth Rollins in the ring or confront him, and then beats him up and stuff and challenges him for a world title match. They can do it that way. Or have Drew win the #1 contenders match. However they want to do it. But I think if his contract is up, I think the least they can do is turn him heel before he walks out, before he before he leaves. That's the least we can do, is make the most out of his run before it's time for him to pack it up. So I'm all in for a heel Drew McIntyre because he's a better heel. I've seen it. You guys have seen it. In my opinion, he cuts the best promos when he is a heel. I'm not saying he's not a great babyface, but in recent time, he has been not the best babyface. And like I said, he's lost a lot of momentum. So it's time to renew Drew McIntyre, kind of give him back steam again. And a Seth feud is the perfect way to give him back that steam and then turn him heel. I expected Gunther to beat Drew, because if we're building up Gunther as a world title contender and as a future world heavyweight champion, what better way to do that than to be a former world champion, Drew McIntyre? To have Gunther simply lose would have just actually killed his momentum, because that's an important win for Gunther. See, because that makes him more believable in the eyes of the fans that, this guy can actually be a world heavyweight champion in the near future. So he just beat a former world heavyweight champion. He beat Braun Strowman too, clean. If you guys didn't know that, he beat Braun Strowman. He beat former world champion. So, Gunther is next in line. When he loses that IC title, he's definitely going to be going after that world title. But right now, it's Drew. In my opinion, it's Drew. It's heel Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. Run that program for a good couple months, and then do we give Drew the belt? I don't know. But that's my thoughts on Drew McIntyre. He needs to turn heel, and let's just make that happen. So that being said, this is another edition of Rational Wrestling Talk. This is the Rational Wrestling Mark. Thank you all for watching. Like the video for the algorithm. Likes are free. More content is to come, and I'm out. Peace.